It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Giants and the Browns, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
It's the city of rock and roll, and this place sure is rocking as they await the start of this one. We're here in Cleveland, Ohio. Hi there, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us. You picked a fun one to tune into. I'm Kate Scott, joined by former NFL quarterback Brock Huard, and we've got two quarterbacks here, Brock, who are known for playing a very exciting brand of football. Not just throwing the rock, but taking it themselves, too.
Yep, these are two of the guys who really epitomize the direction that this position's going in the modern NFL.
Yep.
Pocket passers, they'll have their place. They always will. But a lot of teams look to somebody like this as the default. A great passer, but someone who can also mix in plenty of rushing yards and keep...
We've got ourselves a fight in this one to get back above 500. Week 3 is underway. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. Leading them out in his 6th NFL season since beating Daniel Jones.
Well, the first year of Daniel Jones' new big contract didn't go the way anyone wanted to in New York. The team struggled to a 1-5 start, and an ACL ultimately ended Daniel's season. Remember, before he got that contract, it was his legs, it was his athleticism, it was his movement play that really led the Giants forward. Can he get back to that off that knee injury? We'll all be watching this season.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, here's Jones. The Browns close in and take him down. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And the Browns bringing out some extra defensive backs. We've got dime on 3rd down. Here's Jones. Barkley's got it. And he's out of bounds. Looks like right at the midfield stripe.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness stop it.
And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They're led out by the 7th-year pro, comeback player of the year contender last season in Baker Mayfield.
And Kate, you don't have to look beyond his performance last week as really a root cause of their loss. I'm not saying the only cause. Others certainly had a hand in it too. But you aren't winning a lot of games in this league or any league if you turn it over 3 times without a touchdown to counteract them. A lot of room for him to improve this week.
And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. That throw behind his intended target.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They once, and especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll head out of bounds. downs at the opponent's 35. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That's complete, David Njoku. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Second and 3 now. They run it from the gun with Chubb. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Groupie sends it through. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Kadarius Toney now to return it. Oh, he's showing some burst on his return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the New York offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the shotgun, it's Jones. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there, nickel package, 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. Connects with Johnson. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
No return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Mayfield. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Play fake, it's Mayfield. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down. Intended target there was David Njoku. So it's going to be 4th and short. The Browns are lined up to punt. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's brought down before the return gets far. 65 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Giants football. So here come the Giants, ready to take over again on offense. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. First down, a run with Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They go play fake with Jones. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Fair catch made here at the 30. So no return on that punt. And it'll be their football. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They've got an early 3-0 lead as they take over here. First and 10, it's Mayfield. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Baker now off to play fake. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now it's 3rd and short. Baker out of the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Baker throwing again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Baker. That's taken in by Bell. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. They've got 1st down from the 31. Mayfield to throw again. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. They'll throw it again. That one complete to Njoku. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jason Pinnock there on the tackle. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. To throw is Mayfield. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Katie York now on for the field goal. This from 40 on the right hash. Groupie sends it through. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Tony now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now here comes the New York offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right? As a quarterback and as an offense, maybe that was the way you played the game back in the day, but not modern football. You've got to go score.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 31. He locates Daniel Bellinger. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Giants will have a first down. Here's Jones to throw. Into traffic, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Play fake, Jones. Finds his fullback. And they get this down to the 28. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Again, Jones to the air. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. To throw, here's Jones. Doesn't make the connection.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Man in motion here. They're going to run with Barkley. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to give him the ball.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
On down, we'll see Graham Gano lead the Giants field goal unit out. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. The kick by Gonzalez is good. And that cuts the lead in half, down to 3.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
To return, Jerome Ford. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Baker now from the gun. That pass is caught by Bell. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. But partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. 2nd and 13. Little off-center. His man just couldn't adjust to it.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you you can't take any completion for granted, even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Throw left side, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. A give to Chubb, running left. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And that makes it 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know, when we watch the Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Working from the gun. Here's Jones. Neighbors with a catch. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Jones now to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now they face 2nd down. Here's Jones. Able to get it to Barkley. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Back out now comes the Browns offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. 1st down, here's Baker. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 32. Short pass brought in. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jason Pinnock there on the tackle. 5 men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Mayfield now from the gun. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Chubb running out of the gun. He's got a gain of 6 there. Bobby Okereke making that stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Again, it's Chubb. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. From the gun, Mayfield. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now Mayfield. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Chubb here on first down. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Tyler Nubin with the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 27. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Third down, here's Mayfield. That heater is going to fall to the turf. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they're staring at a 4th down. For the 3rd time today, we see them setting up for a field goal. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. Groupie sends it through. And that'll double their lead to 6.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range, and he's delivering.
This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Giants offense all set to get started. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Beckham, the motion man here. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That's complete to Darius Slayton. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Cleveland. It's the Giants looking at 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Jones. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. 58 yards on the punt there. And they're going to take over possession. 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He's trying to lay it in deep along the right sideline. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Chubb on the give, headed left. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. The Giants using their first timeout. Corey Bajorquez on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. His work begins at the 31. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And the offense ready to head back out onto the field. Jones on first down. He finds Johnson. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And now they're going to face third down. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. The Browns close in and take him down. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Jamie Gillen on now to punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they'll begin this possession in just a moment. They've got first down from the 31. Mayfield will look to throw. And his pass is going to fall incomplete. Intended target there was David Njoku. So second down coming up. Throwing again is Baker. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Baker now from the gun. He's loaded another one up. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And that is where they'll start the next drive. First down throw by Jones. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's been building play for their defense.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Geno Smith, sharp in the victory, as his guys bounce back from a tough start to the year to claim victory number 1. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Gano ready to send this away. Return coming from the 6. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Browns have the football first to start the third, and here comes their offense. And it has been all about these defenses so far, Brock. Even into the second half, we're still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
Second down, Mayfield to pass. That one complete to Njoku. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Short side option here, he's running left. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Intended target there was David Njoku. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Here's Baker. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Second half's going to start with a run by Chubb. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 31. Finds him over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives the Browns a first. Working inside the red zone. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Can't cover it much. Well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Second and 10, and they'll stick to the air. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Baker throwing again. Touchdown, Cleveland! Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
The Browns keeping the offense out on the football field. They want 2 here. Mayfield to throw again. And he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. He fires one deep down the middle. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as it begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
To throw again here on 2nd and 10. Jones gets this to OBJ. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Handoff headed right. Barkley. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
The Giants are set to punt. And this is going to put him up to 6 punts today. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Browns will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
Boy, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Completed over the middle. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt goes 63 yards. And it'll be Giants football. This offense making its way back out now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And they needed more than one defender there. Powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's another carry for Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7. Pressure comes, Jones. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, 4th down coming up.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense. 1st and 10, it's Mayfield. It's into the hands of Chubb. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That was Xavier McKinney that time with the tackle. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Now Mayfield. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st down, here's Baker. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Now here's Mayfield. Got a man, it's Njoku. We'll have him gain about a handful there. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Baker now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They're set up at the 35 now. They give inside to Chubb. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Mayfield set to pass. Chubb brings it in. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that first down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead.
Bell going in motion left. Here's Chubb up the middle. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Baker now from the gun. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So that brings up 4th and long. A familiar sight in this contest, Brock. He's out there again for another field goal try. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. Groupie sends it through. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
But when we start discussing who their most dependable scorer is in this game, I don't think it's one of these skill guys, not even the quarterback, who comes to my mind first. I'm going to bring up this kicker. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals and contributing big time to this lead.
Good looking return here, and he's got room. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The Giants about to get to work on offense. Ball at the 33 for first down. Option play, they give it to Barkley. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. From the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. So we're through 3 here. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Takes off right out of the read option. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
He's brought down for a loss.
Now might be a good spot to remind everybody, about for the thousandth time, how much better athletes these D tackles are today, Kate. A decade or two ago, they just ate up space. Now, they eat up running backs.
Here's 2nd and 11. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Giants are going to take over with a lot of field ahead of them. On 1st down, it's Jones to throw. Throwing the out route complete. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And he's going to be at midfield now as he gets out of bounds. 3rd and just 2 to go. Barkley trying this up the gut. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down. Operating from the gun, it's Jones. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Mayfield on 1st and 10. That pass is caught by Bell. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Mayfield with a blitz coming. And that's incomplete, and he's happy to have that one fall compared to, well, the alternative. Looked like it was going to be picked there. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. To throw, Mayfield. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10. Here's Mayfield. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They'll give to Chubb on the option. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Mayfield now from the gun. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one complete to Njoku. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Baker throwing again. This one's caught. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Mayfield to throw again. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. They'll throw it again. And he's got it! Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one right down the middle. And the Browns grow the lead now to 22 points. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Starting from the 5. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Giants and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Jones. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Jones now to throw. He's on the move. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as the QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred. Jones looking to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Ball at the 33 for first down. They run it from the gun with Chubb. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Brought in right side by Moore. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's Chubb on second down. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns nearing their second win in the campaign. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Motion man sent left. Chubb again on second down. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
On third down, they'll go with Chubb. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Looks like they want to squeeze every point they can out of this game. Field goal team is out there. Pretty easy kick here, Brock, just 22 yards. So to a chorus of bunks from the dog pound, the Browns take the win at home. And it was a maestro of a performance defensively, limiting them to only 1 field goal. Playing shutdown football like that, Brock, it is no surprise they came away with the win. And I think you'd agree, we see some more lockdown football in their future. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Browns. As with that, we'll sign off from Cleveland.